Federal Republic of Nigeria versus the poor Nigerian. Count 1. That you, poor Nigerian, male and female, and others still at large, of number 234, Economic Capital, Lagos State, within this court's jurisdiction, did conduct yourself in a manner likely to breach public peace. An offense punishable under Section 168, subsection 1D of the Criminal Law of Lagos State, 2015. How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Poverty is a crime, not in a rigid, written law kind of way, but more like consequentially criminal. This is true for various societies. The chances of poor people ending up in jail or prison for crimes the prosecution is not burdened with proving is extremely high. In Lagos's mobile courts, poor Nigerians appear before magistrates on a daily basis, plead guilty to conduct likely to breach public peace, then get fines, community service, or prison time. Conduct likely to breach public peace in these cases often refers to being out later than 8 p.m. Faith Oluchukwu,
guilty.
Kazim Bello,
Not guilty.
Goriola Oriola,
Guilty.
Babagana Ashaolu,
Guilty.
Musliu Sahid,
Guilty.
Idowu George.
Guilty.
All 6 defendants stood before a magistrate on Friday, April 10, 2026. 5 pled guilty, 1 pled not guilty. But soon after, the one, Kazim Bello, who pled not guilty, changed his plea to guilty when he realized that the consequences of a not guilty plea far outweigh the consequences of a guilty plea. This is the reality of many in Lagos's Oshodi Mobile Court. Before these 6 defendants had stood before the magistrates in the Oshodi Mobile Court on the fateful Friday, 12 suspects had earlier done the same. 9 pled guilty and 3 pled not guilty to the same charge of conduct likely to breach public peace. For the 9 who pled guilty, the magistrate found them guilty and ordered that they pay 10,000 naira fine and be let go. For the 3 who pled not guilty, the magistrate ordered that they be granted bail in the sum of 10,000 naira, and a surety who is a blood relative in like sum. This surety must be a taxpayer in Lagos State and must be gainfully employed. This meant that fulfilling the conditions of a not guilty plea far outweigh the conditions or the consequences of a guilty plea. The law has created a loophole where pleading guilty to anything becomes more appealing than pleading not guilty and fighting for your rights. When Musliu Sahid and Idowu George, neighbors, had pled guilty and began pleading for mercy before the magistrate, Musliu explained that he was in his area in Adiniji giving out a gas burner to a neighbor at about 7:59 p.m. when policemen attacked him, held him by the waist, and ordered him away, claiming that there was a fight in his area a while back, and because of that fight, they had the right to arrest anybody. Idowu George, on the other hand, a National Union of Road Transport Workers member, argued that he was collecting levies from commercial motorcyclists when the police raided the area and picked him up. Neither of them had committed a crime. In their words, neither of them had conducted themselves in a manner to breach public peace. Their only crime were being outside of their premises instead of being inside. That is a crime in Lagos State. For everyone else, for the rest of the 6 and for the previous 12, they had also said they either had nowhere to live or they were found outside their homes when they should have been inside. But Lagos State has no curfew. The police weaponizes the provision of the law, conduct likely to cause to breach public peace. and then go after innocent Nigerians who are either returning home late or going outside to buy something late at night or having a hairstyle that looks like mine. According to these magistrates, Lagos State government doesn't want anybody to sleep on the streets or to be found outside at odd hours. But this law doesn't apply to the rich. It only applies to the poor. This law doesn't even exist. So they hide under the umbrella of conduct likely to breach public peace. FIJ interviewed several members of the public who had either been arrested or had their family members arrested and had ridiculous charges filed against them. Some of them had charges that read coveting or converting government property. We had the curious case of whistleblowers who relate to FIJ how they collaborate with the police to arrest unsuspecting members of the public, throw them in jail, extort money from them, or hand them over to the Oshodi task force, where they either have to bail themselves out through corrupt officials or stand before a judge and have to pay a fine or end up in prison just because they are poor. This is the reality of the Lagos State government, who is the supervisory body of the Oshodi task force.
Created on 4th November 1991, the Lagos State Task Force, headquartered in Bolade, Oshodi, houses a mobile court, KAI, Lagos Environmental Sanitation Corps, and Task Force. It is led by a Chief Superintendent of Police, CSP Adetayo Akirele, and often makes arrests and accepts suspects from other police formations. It operates directly under the Governor's Office and works in tandem with the Tokunbo Wahab-led Ministry of Environment and Water Resources. One can see it in Wahab's violation of Section 38 of the 1999 Constitution and Section 8 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015. On January 12, 2026, he posted on X a video of 7 young men aged between 19 and 24 as suspected robbers without trial. 2 days earlier, he shared a video of task force officials destroying structures in Akowojo area of Lagos. That day, they arrested 56 people assumed to be criminal elements, some of whom were passerby. One of these miscreants was arrested in November 2025 for simply sleeping outside the house of a friend while waiting for the friend who was stuck in traffic. That action earned him a prison term of 1 month in one of Africa's worst prisons, Kirikiri. While they have recorded successes in environmental law enforcement, prosecution of land-grabbing cases, and addressing the menace of street urchins, cases of abuse of power, oppression, and flat-out criminality have begun to define their operations in recent times.
Iṣẹ́ tí mo ṣe ni mẹkáníìkì ni mo ṣe.
Orúkọ mi ni Yetunde Mohammed. Business ni mo ṣe, mo ń ta èso ni mo ń ta, fruits ni mo ń ta.
Alẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn, èṣù burúkú. Alẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn mo lọ ibi iṣẹ́ kan. Mo parí iṣẹ́ yẹn. Ibi tí máa ń sùn sí ní Oṣòdì, ní Mábàyọ̀jẹ́ l'Óṣòdì. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi, a jọ máa ń sùn àtọ̀rẹ́ mi. Àti mo dé, mo bá ọ̀rẹ́ mi yẹn lára ni. Nínú pásẹ̀jì ọ̀run mo ládàánsì, mo dóde ọ̀rẹ́ mi. Ó ti mú kìlọ̀, mo dóde. Ní tí mo ládàánsì ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ ní àwọn ọlọ́pàá wá mú mi ní nǹkan bíi 10 alẹ́. Wọ́n wá mú mi. Kí ni mo ṣe? Ọ̀n bá anything lọ́wọ́ mi, ọ̀n bá nǹkan lọ́wọ́ mi. Ọkọ ní kí n wá lọ sí ọ̀n tún gba béèlì lọ́wọ́ mi. Wọ́n náà máa lọ sí kóòtù. Fún kí ni ẹ̀ mo ṣe nǹkan kan. Wọ́n náà àwọn fẹ́ gbọ́ nǹkan kan. Wọ́n máa lọ sí kóòtù. Ọ̀tọ̀ mú adé kóòtù. Ó ṣe ní ó ní gbogbo wa jump. Abẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jump lókè. Wọ́n á ní kó mú wa wọlé. Wọ́n dẹ̀ tì wá mọ́lé. Nígbà díẹ̀ o, wọ́n tún ní wọ́n máa dájọ́ fún wa ni, adájọ́ náà máa dájọ́ fún wa. láì jalè láì ṣe nǹkan kan ó ní tó bá dájọ́ fún wa wọ́n máa fi wá lẹ̀ mo ní ok tó bá ń pé adájọ́ wọ́n máa dájọ́ fún wa tó máa fi wá lẹ̀ kò sí wàhálà ẹjọ́ kan lọ dájọ́ fún wa. ìyàwó mi ìyàwó mi ní tí ẹ lè gba béèlì wọ́n ní kó mú owó wá kó mú bíi 150,000 wá káwọn tó ìyàwó mi ní wọn ò lò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé ẹ lè bá ṣe rẹ́pù tó ń pé kí n jáde kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ sá wọ́n ní ara àwọn ò gba béèlì mọ́ ìgbà tó yá ní àwọn ò gba béèlì mọ́ pé màá lọ sí ó máa dájọ́ fún mi ní sá ibi tó ń lọ dájọ́ fún wa yẹn ní pé kinní kan àwọn tá à ń jáde lóru tá à ń jáde lọ́sàn-án ibi tí mo sùn sí mo jalè mo rìn kiri anyhow ibi iṣẹ́ mi máa ń lọ tí máa lọ ibi iṣẹ́ mi máa padà dé máa sún mi condition tí ìyàwó mi wà mo lè filẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ owó tí máa fún tó máa live life ẹ̀ tí life ẹ̀ máa dá díẹ̀ mo wá mo ṣe pé kí n fi ìyàwó mi lẹ̀ kébi máa pa ó dẹ̀ wà nù yín condition tí ìyàwó mi wà ní àwọn ò fẹ́ gbọ̀n kankan ó ní àwọn ò fẹ́ gbọ̀n kankan pé máa lọ sí prison mo dẹ̀ gba kámú ní prison máa lọ kò sí wàhálà mo lè dá prison oṣù méjì fún mi yẹn oṣù méjì láìsè láti kankan láti lọ nìyẹn wọ́n ti gbé mi lọ ní prison ní mile 2 kirikiri maximum kirikiri ibẹ̀ ló ń gbé wa lọ ibi tá à ń lọ ọjọ́ tí mo kọ́kọ́ débẹ̀ wọ́n nà mí mo dénú prison wọ́n nà mí wọ́n gba gbogbo owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ mi ọjọ́ yẹn gangan wọ́n ní ká lọ kógbẹ́ kó bá wọn kógbẹ́ kó tún bá wọn roko kò sí nǹkan tí mo lè sọ tó bá sọ nǹkan kan wọ́n á nà ẹ́ lẹ́yìn bẹ́ẹ̀ bí tá ń lọ mo lo oṣù kan tí mo lò ó ní ọdún bọ̀ ó fẹ́ release àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan tó ti pẹ́ nínú prison àtàwọn ọmọ tó tẹ̀sẹ̀ dé tó ń sọ pé rédíò náà kó wọn wọ́n fẹ́ release wọn mo lo oṣù kan àbọ̀ wọ́n á release mi ní pé kí n jáde. Mo dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run pé mo gbàdúrà fún ọmọ ìyá mi kan ní pé kó lọ ṣẹ̀wọ̀n ẹ̀wọ̀n ọ̀dà. lálẹ́ ọjọ́ tó mú ẹ̀yìn èmi nìkan ló rí mú nínú pásíjì ó ti nínú àdúgbò yẹn wọ́n ń kó àwọn èèyàn gan àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní mọ́tò lọ́jọ́ yẹn ó tó 12. àwọn èèyàn tó ń filẹ̀ wọn ju 5 lọ tó ń filẹ̀ àwọn kan sanwó àwọn kan wọ́n fún wọn lẹ̀ lásán wọn sanwó.
ṣé ẹ rántí àwọn ọlọ́pàá bí àwọn ọlọ́pàá wà ní ṣáàjì kéṣì rẹ̀?
mo rántí orúkọ wọn ìkan ní Robert àbí Robert ní Òṣòdì ní Akípẹ̀lú.
nígbà tí ẹ fẹ́ lọ sí court nígbà tó ń pè yẹn ní ìpè àìjíjà ní lọ sí pé yẹn ṣe ìlú àdáṣe
bàtà dé court ó ní àwọn ọlọ́pàá kan tó ń béèrè mi lẹ́jọ́ ní pé ká play ní pé tó bá béèrè mi pé I greet àbí no greet ká sọ pé mo greet kí n sọ pé mo greet ọlọ́pàá ló sọ fún mi bẹ́ẹ̀ pé kí n sọ pé mo greet kí n má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n máa fi mí lẹ̀ èmi náà play èmi náà sọ fún wọn pé mo greet lẹ́yìn ìbá lọ sọ mi wọ́n tún kó mi pé màá lọ prison. lẹ́wọ̀n ìgbà tí mo wà lẹ́wọ̀n oúnjẹ wọn ò bá tèmi mu. Àìmí wọ́n máa gbé gàrí wá, àìmí wọ́n á gbé ẹ̀wà tó jiná wọ́n ti da òkúta sínú ẹ̀, wọ́n ti da kàkàtìn, wọ́n máa fi kàkàtìn sínú ẹ̀wà yẹn. Kò bá tèmi mu rárá, ìyàwó mi ló máa ń gbóúnjẹ wá fún mi.
So ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ẹ̀wà kí ló ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń ṣe
Iṣẹ́ mi ò parí lọ́jọ́ yẹn, mo ò tí parí iṣẹ́ mi lọ́jọ́ yẹn, wọ́n ní kí n lọ sùn sósòdì, tó bá di àárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì kí n tètè lọ iṣẹ́ mi. Ọjọ́ yẹn gangan tí wàhálà yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀, mo ní mo ò parí iṣẹ́ mi, iṣẹ́ yẹn mo ò tí parí, tí má ní kí n lọlé mo ò lè tètè jí wá ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn, wọ́n á ní kí n sùn sósòdì pé ibẹ̀ ni má sùn sósòdì kan tí ò ní má sùn ní ibẹ̀ yẹn, kí n sùn níbẹ̀ tí ìdájí ni má jí lọ bí iṣẹ́ yẹn. Alẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn gangan ìkíní ẹ̀ rà fún. Náà mo padà rí kọ́sọ́mà yẹn bá ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́, mo lose kọ́sọ́mà yẹn. Mo padà àtìgbà tí mo ti lọ sí ẹ̀wọ̀n tí mo ti dé mo bá kọ́sọ́mà yẹn pàdé mọ́. Yòókù àìkọ̀kan ni àwọn kan gbàgbé mi, àwọn kan ò dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ mi rárá mọ́. Àwọn èèyàn tó wà ládùúgbò àtìgbà yẹn tí mo ti dé mo dé láti prison, nǹkan tó ń kàn sọ ni pé kí n má bínú kíní kan, àwọn ọmọ pé nǹkan báyìí á fún àwọn ọmọ, nǹkan tó ń sọ ni. Mo dúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run, gbogbo táìmù tí mo wà ní ẹ̀wọ̀n mo ò rí fámìlì mi kankan lẹ́yìn ìyàwó mi nìkan, mo mọ̀ pé fámìlì mi. Àwọn kan kú mẹ́rin nígbà tá a wà lẹ́wọ̀n, ìgbà tí mo kọ́kọ́ dé ẹ̀wọ̀n tó ń gbé mi dẹ́wọ̀n báyìí, ojú èkejì ni mo gbọ́ pé àwọn kan kú. Ó ní oúnjẹ tó ẹsẹ̀ wọn wú, ẹsẹ̀ wú, gbogbo ara wọn wú ṣá, wọ́n kú mọ́júmọ́. Àwọn kan ó ń bára wọn sùn, ọkùnrin àtọkùnrin máa ń bára wọn sùn nínú ẹ̀wọ̀n, wọ́n máa ń mú wọn, àwọn náà wọ́n máa ń kú. Ẹni tó bá ti kú lẹ́wọ̀n yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n á gbẹ́lẹ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn gangan, wọ́n á rì mọ́lẹ̀. Àtìgbà yẹn mo lose àwọn iṣẹ́ mi kọ̀ọ̀kan, mo lose iṣẹ́ mi gan tí mo ní Ọlọ́run ọba nìkan ló ń rẹ́pù mi fi lè sí. Ìgbà tí mo wà lẹ́wọ̀n, ìgbà tí mo kọ́kọ́ pé ìyàwó mi, tí ìyàwó mi máa sọ pé òun ò lówó lọ́wọ́, pé kó tó dalẹ́ òun máa rí owó fún mi, tí máa yá owó lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn lẹ́wọ̀n, tó bá béèrè mi tán, tí máa ní ìyàwó mi ò ti send owó fún mi, wọ́n á mú mi, wọ́n á lọ tì mí mọ́ punishment cell, oníṣẹ́ẹ̀lì kan tó ń pè ní punishment cell, wọ́n á tì mí mọ́ bẹ̀. Ó kéré ibẹ̀ yẹn lè jáde, ibẹ̀ lẹ máa wà látàárọ̀ ìjọjọ́ kejì, ibẹ̀ lẹ máa wà bíi 5 days, wọ́n máa fún yín lọ́jọ́ ẹ̀, lẹ máa wà nílé ẹ̀ lè jẹun, àìní ọ̀ máa gbọ́njẹ wá, àìní ọ̀ lè gbọ́njẹ wá. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ yàgbẹ́ ẹ máa yàgbẹ́ sínú ike yẹn, ẹ máa tọ̀ síbẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀ máa rùn fáyín. Tí wọ́n á pè yín mẹ́wàá ni yàrá yẹn kò ju bí èèyàn mẹ́ta lọ tó máa gbé bẹ̀, ẹ wá pè yín mẹ́wàá ni ẹ máa dúró báyìí mọ́jú. Ìgbà tí mo kọ́kọ́ dé sí ẹ̀wọ̀n wọ́n ní kí máa sanwó bẹ́ẹ̀dì níbi tán fi wá sí inú tọ́ílẹ̀tì ló ń kó wá sí àwa tán kó alẹ́ ní 35 tó ń kó wá sínú tọ́ílẹ̀tì kan a máa ń láàpọ̀ ara wa ní à ń sùn mọ́jú a máa jókòó mọ́júmọ́ ni inú tọ́ílẹ̀tì ẹ̀ náà wà every time inú tọ́ílẹ̀tì mi ọ̀sán alẹ́ inú tọ́ílẹ̀tì mi wà mo lè jáde ìgbà tó yá mọ̀ pé wọ́n á béèrè lọ́wọ́ pé tí mo lè sanwó bẹ́ẹ̀dì àbí kí n lọ sanwó ilẹ̀ńlẹ̀ tí màá sùn sí wọ́n á ní èló ni owó ilẹ̀ńlẹ̀ tí màá sùn sí pé iye oṣù báyìí ní fẹ́ lò bí ìbàdí wọ́n wá ní kí n mú 15,000 owó ilẹ̀ńlẹ̀ tí mo fẹ́ gba bẹ́ẹ̀dì kí n mú 200 wá wọ́n á sọ fún ọ pé inú ẹ̀wọ̀n ni mo wà ìyàwó mi mánéjì náà fi send owó oúnjẹ fún mi pé èmi ò ní adúrú owó tẹ pé yẹn o mẹ́ẹ̀ máa ń wọ owó lẹ́lẹ̀ fún mi máa tún sílẹ̀ lẹ̀ ibi tí mo wà ní mo pè ìyàwó mi mo ṣàlàyé fún ìyàwó mi pé wọ́n ní kí n sanwó lẹ́lẹ̀ kí wọ́n tó mú mi kúrò ní tọ́lẹ̀tì kí n má sùn sí ní tọ́lẹ̀tì wọ́n mú mi kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ kí n wá sùn lẹ́lẹ̀.
Mo kàn wá lé ní àárọ̀ ọjọ́ yẹn so àárọ̀ ọjọ́ yẹn wá pè mí pa pé wọ́n mú òun ní ọmọ ẹ̀ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ pé òun wà ní police station kí ló lọ ṣe ní police station so torí ní ìjọ ọmọ lẹ́nu ọjọ́ tó máa mú ọjọ́ kejì ẹ̀ ló sọ fún mi pé ó ní mẹkáníìkì lọ́kọ mi so ó ní iṣẹ́ tó lọ ṣe so iṣẹ́ yẹn kò wá parí iṣẹ́ yẹn nílé ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ní Òṣòdì wá lòun fi lọ sùn sí ibẹ̀ so ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ wá sọ fún mi pé àwọn ò sí ní around pé àwọn wà ní inú odò táwọn bá dé àwọn máa fún ní key pé kó dúró dá wọn ní ìtàlé wọn so bí tó ti wá jókòó sí ìtàlé wọn ó dẹ̀ ti ṣiṣẹ́ látàrí ó ti rẹ̀ so wá sùn lọ ń bẹ̀ gbà tó sùn lọ níbi bíbẹ̀ bí àwọn ọlọ́pàá ṣe dé nìyẹn bọ́ ìtàn náà nínú compound ló sùn but compound yẹn kò ṣe compound tó wà covered so bọ́ ìdé nìyẹn bọ́ ìtàn náà nìyẹn wọ́n ṣàṣe rí ń bẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe mú nìyẹn láti ojú oorun náà lọ tí mo dé Akí-Ìbí police station so ìgbà tí wọ́n ṣàmúdé bẹ̀ láàrin ọjọ́ kejì ló ṣàpè mí pé wọ́n ti mú òun ìgbà tó pè pé wọ́n ti mú ó ṣàpè ó wá ń pè mí mo ṣe máa débẹ̀ báyìí wọ́n náà ti gbé wọn lọ sí task force kẹ̀ láì jalè láì pààyàn kí ló ṣe ó di pé ẹ gbé lọ sí task force àti mo ṣàmàdé task force láti task force wọ́n ní kí n tó lè rí pé màá sanwó kí n tó lè rí mo fún wọn lówó lẹ́nu gate wọ́n gba 3,000 lọ́wọ́ mi from 3,000 mo tún rẹ́ lómi wọ́n ti gba another 2,000 naira kí n tó lè rí ó jẹ́ 5,000 naira wọ́n ṣàjẹ́ kí ọlọ́pàá kan wá pè mí wọnú toilet ìyẹn náà gba 5,000 lọ́wọ́ mi so ìgbà tí mo ṣáà tó gbowó lọ́wọ́ mi wọ́n ní kí n ṣáà tó lè rí wọ́n ṣàmú mi lọ rí mo bèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ní raiding ok so kí wọ́n lè wá lè rí pé ẹ lè bá wa ṣe sí báyìí kó jálè kó payàn ẹ rí i pé aṣọ tó wà lọ́rùn aṣọ mẹkáníìkì náà ló wà lọ́rùn ṣe mẹkáníìkì ló ń ṣe ó wá tún lé ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ní ló fi di pé ẹ̀rọ èdè so wọ́n ṣáà ń pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ kí n lọ wá 150,000 wá 150,000 kẹ̀ ó jálè níbo lẹ́ni ti fẹ́ kí n ti rí wọ́n ní àjẹ́bẹ̀ wọ́n gbé lọ sí court social lo like 3 days mẹ́ but 3 days tó fi wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn náà ni mo fẹ́ rí báyìí màá sanwó mo fẹ́ gbóúnjẹ fún I will pay mo fẹ́ ṣe lè màá sanwó gbà tó ṣàyà wọ́n ṣàníkà lọ mú 50,000 wá mo ní mi ò lówó lọ́wọ́ mo ń manage ara mi ni so ṣàṣàlàyé fún wọn ní kò sọ̀rọ̀ pé mo lówó lọ́wọ́ nínú ilé ìkíní kan wọ́n ṣàgbà sáré ṣàwà owó mo kó fún wọn gbà tí mo kówó yẹn wọ́n ti gbowó yẹn lọ́wọ́ mi gbà tó wá yá ní tí máa fi wọ́n ní kí n lọ jókòó pé wọ́n máa release ẹ̀.
Olórí burúkú náà tí mo kó fún tọ́sẹ̀ pé owó tí mo kó bá wọn kéré ibo ló mẹ́kì tí wọ́n ṣe kí ló ń jalè ní wọn ò forúkọ ẹ̀ sí tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ orúkọ ẹ̀ lọ́lọ́ mú wá last torí pé òun yòó tó wọ́n pín Ti gbowó lọ́wọ́ mi tẹ́lẹ̀ tẹ̀lé wọ́n ní kí lọ jòkó. Torí pé owó yẹn kéré, ṣé 25,000 kéré? Ẹ wá dá padà fún mi. Àwọn tó san 30,000, 50,000 ẹ ti fi wọ́n sílẹ̀. Ẹ wá lówó yẹn kéré. Òun ló ṣe mú orúkọ ẹ̀ padà wá. Ọlọ́run máa dá wọn lẹ́jọ́. Àti nígbà tó gbọ́ olóògbé tó ní kí lọ jòkó yẹn.
Mo dẹ̀ jókòó mi ò rí kán release ẹ̀ bọ̀rọ̀ ni mo ṣàwà lọ bá wọn pa release ẹ̀ mọ́ ni ẹlẹ́ máa release ẹ̀ wọ́n ní pé mo gbé gbà wá dá wá pè mí wọ́n wá ní káwọn nǹkan náà àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn kan dá owó tí mo kó fún wọn padà wọ́n kó sínú áǹkì so àtọ́ dá owó yẹn padà fún mi bóyá dá owó yẹn padà fún mi mo ṣàgbà létà ni wúmà tó wá gba owó lọ́wọ́ mi yẹn wúmà yẹn wá sọ wípé ó wá lọ sọ fọ́kọ mi pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ fẹ́ rán ẹlẹ́wọ̀n o ọkọ mi wá bá mi pé kí ló dé tẹ owó tí òun ní pé kí n kó fún wọn mi kó fún wọn ní wọn ti kówó fún wọn ó ní pé pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ fẹ́ rán ẹlẹ́wọ̀n pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ lọ pé journalist wá bá wọn ní journalist kẹ̀ báwo ṣe máa pé journalist wá bá yín ẹni tí ẹ̀ ń sọ yìí brother mi ni so mi ò pé wá bá yín a kò pé wá sọ̀nà ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó máa lè ní ìyànjú ni wọ́n ṣáà ní no kíní kan ìgbà kan wọ́n ṣáà gbé sí court gbàtọ́ gbé sí court àwọn ọlọ́pàá ní tọ́mádé court sọ wípé are you guilty or no guilty pé tó bá ṣe pé òun wà guilty pé wọ́n máa filẹ̀ gbọ́kàn máa ní kó lọ ru oko ni so gbàtẹ́ mi wá dúró sí court yẹn máa pé ó jalè ó pààyàn wọ́n ní kó ṣe pé kó play guilty like how ló ṣe máa play guilty ó lè play guilty o so bá ṣe lé mi dànù yẹn pé kí n bọ́ta kúrò nínú court yẹn mo ní ok gbà tó ṣàyẹ̀wò lòun wà guilty wọ́n ṣàkó gbogbo wọn lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ lójú mi ń bibẹ̀ làwọn náà ti release àwọn tó yẹ kí wọ́n ti jáde fún wọn tí wọ́n fi option of bail sí kinní wọn wọ́n ti ojú mi lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ń bibẹ̀ náà fi àwọn yẹn lè lọ gba 400,000 lọ́wọ́ àwọn àníkàwá lọ wá 200 wa tàbá fẹ́ kọ́ fi sílẹ̀ so àwọn kan ṣàlẹ́ pé wọ́n ti dájọ́ fún wọn lè filẹ̀ pé àfi kó lọ sẹ́wọ̀n yẹn mo ní ẹni tí ò ṣẹ̀ tí ò pààyàn tí ò jalè ẹni pé kó lọ sẹ́wọ̀n tẹ̀pí tí èèyàn kó jalè kó pààyàn ẹ̀ rí igbó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ rántí lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ rí kankan lọ́wọ́ ẹni pé torí pé ẹ bá wájú ta ẹ gbé lọ ẹ wá ní pé kó lọ ṣẹ̀wọ̀n kò ṣàbẹ̀bẹ̀ iná ọlọ́pàá yẹn mí sọ̀rọ̀ pé kinní kan madame ẹ má ké bíbá yìí mọ́ṣúárì rẹ̀ ti máa ké kinní kan mo lọ́rùn ò ní jẹ́ kí n rí i gbàtọ́ ṣàrí pé mo ṣàti lọ́nà bó ṣe ń lọ lọ́nà lọ́ sí gate lọ́ já wọn tán sanwó wọn yẹn lọ́ já wọn lẹ̀ mo ní ṣe torí pé mi ò lówó lọ́wọ́ nísìn mi ò níye tẹ́ni kí lọ mú wá òun lẹ́yìn fẹ́ràn ọkàn mi lẹ́wọ̀n ó dá o gbàtọ́ ṣàyà ìkan ni wọ́n bá pè mí ó lóun lọ́ọ̀yà ó gba 50,000 lọ́wọ́ mi mo ṣáà retí ọlọ́kọ̀ mi máa bá mi lé kí n máa lọlé mo retí mo remú mi ò rí ọkọ mi mo ṣáà lè sùn mo ṣáà expect títí pàtó dijọ́ kejì wọ́n ní wọ́n ti gbé wọn lọ Kirikiri mo ṣáà sunkún mo ní wọ Ọlọ́run mo ní bá mo fẹ́ ṣe Kirikiri kẹ̀ ẹni tí ò ṣẹ̀ tí ò pààyàn tí ò ṣe kankan mo ṣáà lọ Kirikiri mo wá lọ Kirikiri that was on Friday àti mo wá dé Kirikiri wọ́n ti gbé dé maximum àti amadé maximum ṣáàdì pé kí n tó rí náà mo ná close to 40,000 kí n tó rí ní maximum yẹn o wọ́n gba owó wọ́n ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣáà máa ń gbóúnjẹ lọ fún bẹ́ẹ̀ a máa ń gbóúnjẹ lọ fún ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ tá a bá gbóúnjẹ wá fún yí oúnjẹ wọn ní jẹ́ kó jẹ́ gbádùn tá a bá tún ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ pátí fún lówó náà ọ̀tọ̀ làwọn owó ẹbí àkáǹtì máa sẹ́ǹdì owó sí owó ò ní dọ́jú ẹ̀ ojú ẹ̀rí tó lẹ́yìn tó dé láti ìgbà yẹn báyìí kódà ó ní iye tá a fi gbé lọ sí hospital so mo ní mọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ sọ.
After 2 days, I was around my shop. So I'm with a customer. We are trying to like do business. Before I had a gunshot. So when I had a gunshot, I didn't want to move there. So when I later realized that I saw the brother. That's my brother. Blood was flowing. So I was like, what happened? So now explained to me that there's a policeman that's there. He was one that mistakenly put his hand on the trigger, and he had to injure almost 5 people. When they came, they saw that they saw blood on his mouth, and I was not the one. I'm just trying to like escape him from that incident so that he go to the nearest police station. So later they have to arrest me, but I said no, I'm not there. I just need to help them. So they left me. They left me that day, and they took some people along. They didn't even know what happened to the incident people that have this. They didn't even want to know. So that's what happened to the next one.
So when they came, did they ask you for any news of your identification, or did they ask you specifically what happened? Have you seen before the morning?
Is it the first day the incident happened? They didn't ask anything. They were just anybody that is around, they were taking him. They would just carry him inside the bus. That's what they did. So they took the even there's one that my friend, my brother. They took him inside the bus with another person. They didn't even ask what happened. So that's what they did.
They gave me numbers.
Two ilos came.
Were they the police or the tax force?
The task force.
So after they left, how did you get involved in your whole body? Yeah.
I was driving down to the police station. I was passing by, and they stopped me. They said they saw my face. That's why they arrested me. From there, they searched right statement. From there, I was detained. And then time in the court, I was there. Please, I have a lawyer. Like a few days, he came like 3 days. We were like, this after like the 2 days, so they can charge me to court. From there, I've been there. They said they have a court order that they are investigating for 30 days. So I've been there for 30 days. After 30 days again, they still collect another order again. That's why I saw myself.
My name is Sam Awolumo. I'm a journalist. I was born and I grew up in Oshodi area of Lagos State. I started noticing task force raid from 2015 to 2016 with the help of police stations in the area of Oshodi, like Makinde, Akinpelu, Shogunle, Ladito, and all together with task force raid people. Also in collaboration with some police dogs in the community, that's civilians that they used to raid both criminals, suspected criminals, and innocent people in the area of Oshodi. I have seen task force raid sometimes on their own and sometimes with the help of Makinde, Akinpelu, Ladito, Shogunle police stations, raiding innocent victims, along with the help of civilians that are called police dogs, arresting unsuspecting victims, soft targets, and sometimes criminals. Some of these innocent ones have had to pay for their freedom, while some not being able to meet up with the bail has been jailed. I have been able to interview some victims.
My name is Lasisi Ahmed. I'm a pharmacist.
What exactly?
Myself and a friend of mine, Deco, he came to my place, and because we've been friends for the longest, like from university, we decided to hang out at a bar close to my place in Bariga. I was still in Bariga. Then, after having maybe like 2 drinks, we stepped out, paid already, but we needed cash to pay keke and stuff. I think it was about $100 then. So we needed cash, so I decided to withdraw money from the ATM close to the bar. And by the point, like, he was by my side and we stepped out of the bar. Then suddenly a guy walked up to us and was like, I can't remember what he was screaming. He was just screaming profanities, and in our head we thought it was a joke. Maybe someone was drunk or something. And by the time we stepped out of the ATM spot, we saw a truck and a black Maria too. Then the only thing they were telling us was like, get inside. And I was like, why are we getting inside? Like, you are not even asking us any other thing. Like, get inside. Then eventually it became a struggle because at first we were reluctant, but I was just like, oh, maybe something is happening. Because of the old force and rush, we entered the van and they drove from this place is before chemist in Akoka. So by the time they drove, because then I was working in a pharmacy around chemist, a community pharmacy. So by the time they drove there, we got to the bar in that pharmacy. There's a bar beside the pharmacy, which I knew a lot of people there. And sorry, my bad. Before we got to the bar, they stopped at chemist bus stop. So they stopped at chemist bus stop, and there was a guy on school bag, and they just stopped by him, like with full afro and all, and they just picked him up. So the first thing I told my guy is like, oh, this guy is just picking people randomly. There's nothing to show why they are picking anyone and whatnot. So they just picked that guy, and he apparently was a student. When he got into the black Maria with us, when I asked him, he was a student, panicky and all. So I was calming him down, like, guy, chill. Like, apparently these people are picking people randomly, you get. So when we got to the bar, I've already made up my mind that, oh, it's a random stuff that they're just picking whoever they want on the way. And because I had a bad phone then, so my phone couldn't call my guys. I was trying to make calls, but the phone went off because we were leaving the bar to charge my phone and whatnot. So by the time we got to the bar where they wanted to pick people up again, that's where the pharmacy that was a coincidence. The pharmacy I was working in, that's where the pharmacy is. So when we got there, I was like, oh, this is my own chance. Because I already figured out that they were just picking people randomly. So I told my guy, like, come on, I think I'll make a run for it. So it was just like, let's come and see what's happening. So they picked up from the bar, and then, because I'm a pharmacist, and most of them, they call me doctor. So those guys saw me in the van, I was like, Dr. Kilashe. They were confused as I was too. Like, so I told them, like, guys, chill, like, let's make a run for it. Like, if they open this thing again, we jump out. But well, to my surprise, when they opened the van, it was just myself and my friend that jumped out. Nobody followed us. And one of the police guys caught me. My guy kind of escaped already, but he had to come back for me because the police guys started beating me up. Believe me, sometimes I still have vivid memories of how they were beating me. There was a guy that I can believe is like maybe like 130 something kg. He was trampling on me, and then I was like 50 something kg. Like, I'm still like 50 something kg anyways, but he was trampling on me. Like, and my guy was screaming like, this guy is asthmatic, you want to kill me? Like, he would die of asthma. He was beating me. Like, there were about 4 of them. They were really, like, I was on the floor. They beat the sweatshirt off my body. They threw me like a common criminal inside the van back. Like, it was hell, man. So we got to they started driving us around, just going to random places, and because there's just a small hole in the Black Maria, so we couldn't pick exactly where we were going to. So eventually I could get to one of my friends, Jibola. And when I called Jibola, I was like, oh, in his mind, he was like, oh, we are in Akoka. There will definitely be boys from Sabo, Banti, all those places close to. So for the life of me, they just took off and started looking for me everywhere. Like, oh, you can't sleep in the cell because my phone, as I said, is bad. So they couldn't even reach me. So they were looking for me at other places, and they were driving us around. This thing took like about an hour. At the end of the day, we ended up at Oshodi task force. I didn't even know they were task force or whatever then. Like, in my head, I'm like, why did you pick me up from Akoka? Like, it's not even it shouldn't be your jurisdiction. Like, this is not your local government. It's not like, why are you picking me up for Akoka, taking me all the way to Oshodi? We got to Oshodi, I was shirtless already. They were just talking anyhow to everybody that we are criminals. Like, guy, you didn't even ask for anything when you were picking me up. You did not talk to me. It was almost like you just decided to pick me up for the sake of picking me up because I was walking by. It was maybe like 9 p.m. or something. Because I can remember we went to watch a match at the bar. And my guy was meant to go to work the next day. I was meant to go to work the next day. These guys were not having it. Next thing, one woman came. She just started shouting at me like, oh, they told her that I'm the leader of the cultists. I was so confused. Yeah, like, madam, you are not even listening to my side. She just said she threw me in the cell. I can't remember the number, but it's a very small room. But there were about 40 people inside the cell. There was a bucket by the side. People were peeing in the same bucket. There was a young boy there. I can still remember him vividly, Mujib. Mujib was the one tasked to be throwing out the pee later. They would just drag him out, throw the pee. I was so uncomfortable, like shirtless, in the same place with about 40 men. Slept, woke up, yeah, because at some point I was shouting, like, because mosquitoes and all, like, I was not coming by. Like, guys, listen to me, like, I'm not a criminal, I've not even done anything. But as I was saying that, everybody there, they were looking at me screaming, like, we are not criminals too, like, my bro, like, we are not criminals. Like, I started hearing, like, this thing was, it was, like, eye-opening for me, because in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm a professional.
What I'm about to narrate is something that I've kept buried underneath for a while. I was really traumatized when this happened, and I couldn't speak for days. So this was 2018, I think. So yeah, September 2018, because I knew I just started a new job then, and that fateful evening I went to celebrate with my friend in Bariga, my friend Ahmed Lasisi. In Bariga, we were chilling together one night. His house is just along, what's the name of that road again? The road that leads straight down to the Unilag junction. Anyway, that stretch. So we're somewhere around there watching the Nations League highlights. This was around between 8 to 9 p.m. or between 9 and 10 p.m. thereabouts, I think. We had just finished watching the Nations League highlights, and then we decided to stroll down to the ATM. I think he needed some cash, so we had just finished with the ATM just to turn, and then we were surrounded by policemen, and they were trying to, harass us, bundle us into a car, and we're like, wait, hold up, this is our ID. It's as if presenting the ID kind of infuriated them more. I was also shouting, I'm a doctor, because it was surprising. We hadn't committed any crime, we don't have any drugs on us, we didn't do anything. We're just two young guys, just coming out of the premises in the night. It was a busy road, people were around, so it's not like it was an isolated incident. So they didn't hear what we had to say. They bundled us into the Black Maria. There were other policemen around. I was really shocked at the number of policemen that were there. We didn't even know where we were headed towards. I had no idea. My phone was dead. I couldn't contact. No, my phone was not dead. It was almost dead, because I sent a text. I sent a text to my brother-in-law immediately, because my siblings are not around. They were out of the country, so I just sent a text to my brother-in-law immediately before my phone died. Anyway, while we were inside that cage at the back of the van, and they were picking up other people, different people that just, even working class, some people that just came back from work, they were just sitting down and they were packed up from the pubs where they were relaxing. We were all in the back of the van, and then we decided that the next place that they're going to stop, we are all going to jump out and make a run for it. Since this was an illegal stuff, we had not committed any crime. Anyway, we got to one other place as they were trying to round up some people. We jumped out, and then that was when they started beating us. They broke my finger and my little finger, they broke it. They were hitting us, and we had to go back into the van. I couldn't believe what was going on. Like, what have I done to deserve this? In my own country, I'm treated like a criminal. Anyway, after what seemed like an eternity, they've been driving around Lagos, picking up different people. But we had no idea where we were all going, because we were in the back of the van. Eventually, we arrived at where I recognized as Oshodi Tax Force Office. That's where they brought all of us, made all of us sit on the ground. There were some civilian staff with them. They were all in on the game. Then they made us write our names, phone number, occupation. They started mocking me when they heard I was a doctor. Mocking me, and I thought that was going to save me, but it did not save me. My friend, the pharmacist, there was an engineer around somewhere. He just came back from work. He was having a beer, and he just picked him up, just like that. So anyway, they got down our names, and then they bundled us into a tight cell where there are other people. It's the worst experience of my life. I'm not really wanted to talk about this anymore. I moved on from it. But it was what really made me detest the Nigerian states. The Nigeria as a country, you know. Nigeria as a country, there's no value for life, there's no justice. It's a country of injustice. Anyway, that was how we spent the whole night in the cell. I did not sleep. I was just sitting squatted up in one corner, just thinking about my life. It was sweaty, dark, and miserable. I could see people that had been there for a while. It was just hopeless. Anyway, that was how we spent the whole night in the cell. I did not sleep. I was just sitting squatted up in one corner, just thinking about my life. I saw that some people had been there for a while, nobody to come bail them out, so they spent multiple days there. So my brother-in-law came. That was not after a policewoman assaulted me. She slapped me, pulled my shirt, told me to strip to my trousers just so they could see my tattoo and mock me. I underwent all this abuse at the hands of the police and even the civilians that work with them. They were a part of it. They were a part of me. I was pulled by my shirt when I was trying to resist. Pulled, slapped, hit, and my finger was broken. So I was feeling sorry for myself at the indignity I was suffering at the hands of people that were meant to protect us. So anyway, my brother-in-law came and paid, I think 5,000, 10,000. This was 2018, and then they released us just like that.
Aside the task force, the Kick Against Indiscipline, KAI, also arrest and charge people. Sometimes, they charge people for filming them.
You are rated around 1 or 2, 3 o'clock. Do you understand? Without any reason, no ID card, no, what are you doing this day? They must have been interviewed. And not all of them, for us in task force, not all of them are being taken to court. First and foremost, they will all be interviewed. Some will be set free. But what is doing the court, they are in the Lagos State task force, is not a party to it. That is number one. Number two is that even the division, when they raid, they bring them to mobile court. Looking at that city arena, which house, task force, KAI, Nigerians, these divisions, anyway, like and the 3 people, court. It was really that's also that's not anybody can do like we are doing.
So they bring suspects to you.
You see that as a cancer of aggression because they want us to take responsibility for any harassment, any prosecution around the city, a criminal. Even though we call them suspects, but we know one is into crime watch. Maybe he has been battered with the classes and whatever. What I wanted to add is that, you see, when they are being charged in court, do you understand? You know Nigerians, you will always ask questions. In form of looking for a people. looking for a favor, expecting that. What can I do? Please, sir. So maybe people around the country now they just think that they won't remind you. You know, when you say no, please not please. In most cases, court will adjourn the case. Do you understand?
Yeah.
In most cases, in any court, once you plead guilty, they will adjourn the case. And once they adjourn the case, what will happen? They will remind you, unless you are able to pay, you are able to bring shorty. Do you understand? Maybe they may say 2 shorties who are senior civil servants, who are gurus like Mr. Daniel of the investigative journalism and all of the rest. So these are some of the things. So it is those suspected criminals who will be asking for one paper or the other so that they can get a leeway. So the process is maybe some of their guys who has the experience in the first proceeding, that's you know what you do now, just plead guilty, you will find immediately so that you can pay. So they are not going to, we are not part of it, and we are not caught, and they are not under us.